You need to select a card, so let's say we use this one right here. We'll use the 5 of spades. So it doesn't matter exactly where it is, as long as the card is somewhere lost in the middle of the deck. Now, I will tell you, the middle of the deck is relative because, of course, the middle actually means the top, and there's no other 5 of spades anywhere in here. Now, this move is actually called the fan control because you take a deck of cards, you give it a fan, and when you're done with the fan, the card that they selected is then controlled to the top of the deck. Now, let's get into the tutorial. Now, if you need a couple of prerequisite videos to make learning this move a little bit easier, there's 2 videos I check out, which is the Cardini change and the one-hand fan. The Cardini change is where you take something, in this case, we'll use the 10 of hearts, and you give it a quick wave, and then it transforms itself into the 4 of spades. The other move you'll want to learn is the one-hand fan, which I will be teaching to an extent in this video. And a third move that you might want to learn just as an added bonus would be the dribble, which looks like this. The first thing you're going to want to do is let the spectator select a card. So the way that I do it is I use a dribble, and I turn over this card in the middle. If you don't want to do it that way, you can just have the spectator pick up some of the cards, you take it back, and then you're going to have to get into this grip. But truth be told, the easiest way is just for you to do the dribble, and here's a quick tutorial. Take 3 fingers and put them on the top, your pinky, ring, and middle finger. That'll be on the top short edge. Your index finger will be along the left long edge, and your thumb will be on the bottom short edge. And what's going to happen is you're going to push down with your pointer finger and pull up with your thumb, giving it a little of that bend right there. Your left hand is going to be flat, but with your pinky up, that way when the cards land, it'll land on it like a stand and they won't fall, because if you have your hand open like this, all the cards will hit the ground. Now, if you push down with your pointer finger and pull up with your thumb, and you do that 1 card at a time, it looks like this. So I tell the spectator ahead of time, I'm going to dribble, go ahead and call out stop whenever you're ready. So let's say they call out stop here. I then move it from my pinky on the bottom to my index on top and my pinky on the side, which is called mechanics grip. And either with my left hand, I can turn this over one-handed, or I can just use my right hand and flip this over. Regardless, this card is now theirs. Their selected card is the 6 of clubs, and you're going to then turn it back over face down. At this point, your right hand then comes back into play, and because you already had it in this grip here, you're now just going to take your pinky and move it from the top to the right long edge. Take your thumb and slide it down to the bottom, and then take those outside fingers, your pointer finger and pinky, and you're going to slide them underneath. That way all 4 fingers are underneath that short side. You're then going to take your thumb and you're going to push it away from you, and that should give you a one-hand fan. And of course, if you are wanting the more in-depth tutorials for the dribble and the one-hand fan, I do have full tutorials linked in the description below. So let's start over. We do a dribble, they call out stop, we use the 9 of hearts, turn this back face down, do a one-hand fan. That's where you should be at the moment. Now at this point, what's going to happen is you're going to take your wrist, pull your thumb back toward you to close this up, and you're going to turn it over and close it back on top. But that's just what your right hand is doing, is closing it up, and I push that against my ring finger, I turn it over and close it. Now as I'm closing this up, I'm going to be taking this card that's over here, that is their selected card, and I'm going to be doing this move here. That's the same move done in the Cardini change, which is just under the disguise of my hand, though this is when it either vanishes or changes to another card. Now you're going to have to do these 2 moves roughly at the same time. So you have your fan done. What's going to be happening is you're going to be closing, and once you're actually here, you're going to use this as cover, that your spectator can no longer see that top card. That's when you do the move, and you're going to set this on top of that King of Hearts, or whatever their selected card is, and close it up. That way their card is now on top. Now let me show you what it looks like when their card never gets turned back face down. So I turn it face up, I do a one-hand fan. As I'm closing it, I do this Cardini move, set this on top, and now their card is on the top of the deck. And to be able to do this Cardini move, what's going to happen is you're going to take about half the deck again, and their card is right here. So we'll use the Ace of Clubs, and you're going to be in mechanics grip, thumb on the left side, pointer finger on top, 3 fingers, middle, ring, and pinky on the right long edge. You're going to be pulling to the right with your pinky and ring finger predominantly, and making sure that this top part of your thumb is going to hold that right there, that way you have pressure built up. So you can really see right now that even though I'm pulling with my pinky and ring, that point where that top left corner hits my thumb is built up a lot of pressure. That way as soon as I release with my thumb, it snaps over to the outside. So this move here is the move that you have to learn. Once this card is here, you've then done your one-hand fan, and as you're closing it, you can then just set it from here on top of that card and turn all of them, including their card, over. Now you've now just controlled the Ace of Clubs. So in real time, it'll look like this. You do a dribble, you turn it over, show them the 3 of clubs is there, do a one-hand fan, and there is the 3 of clubs controlled to the top of the deck. But there's one more card control that's absolutely phenomenal that you need to learn, which is called Kelly's bottom placement. And it looks like this. You'll start off with a dribble the same way that you did with the fan control, and this time we'll use the 3 of clubs. With this 3 of clubs, what's going to happen is all you have to do is take the card, put it on the top of the deck. It actually ends up on the bottom. And if you do want to learn Kelly's bottom placement, I'd highly recommend it. You can just click on the video that's going to be popping up right there. And if you like these cards, these are the Cherry Casino Reno Red Edition playing cards, and you can get them by clicking up on this top corner right there. So make sure to check these cards out, because honestly, when you talk about doing card tricks, this is definitely going to be a deck that's absolutely fantastic for it. And if you're a little bit more flashy and like to add in some cardistry like I'm doing here, you can definitely do that with this deck as well. And if you like all things card manipulation and playing cards, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is CPM, signing off.